Hi everybody. I'm starting a minute or so early. I'm probably not even a minute. Oh no, bang on time. Wow, get that. And there was me thinking I started a tiny bit early and just give people time to join. But I'm going to give people time to join anyway. So welcome this Monday evening. It's been a gorgeous day in the northeast of England. It's been really, really lovely. It's sun shining, it's been warm, I've been working from home all day, so I've had the door to the conservatory open and Gracie's been running in and out. Gracie's the dog. So yeah, it's been really, really lovely. Hi Elaine, lovely to see you. And welcome to Shine, Tackling That Self-Doubt for Good. I'll quickly run through my usual housekeeping. So just so you know, we do have Gracie the dog. She's actually along there. She just heard her name, so she's lying on the sofa at the moment. There she goes, tap dancing pixie that she is. So she may jump up and say hello, she may not, who knows. She's actually eating at the moment, but I've moved her food away this time. We also have Jessie the cat. Jessie might want to jump right up and hopefully won't stand right in front of the camera, but we shall see. I am going to use slides just to make sure that I say everything that I need to say. So if you see me looking to the side, I'm probably just checking out my slides. If you're watching on replay, pop #replay. And then I know you're here and you come in and I can comment and interact with you and answer any questions you may have. So yeah, if you're watching on replay, just #replay in the comments and that'll be great. And while I'm talking about comments, sometimes I get to see your comments, sometimes I don't. So hopefully I will, but we shall see. We'll see how things go. If I don't, I'm not ignoring you, and I will come back to you, I promise. And finally, just want to check that you can hear me. So if you can give me some hearts, that would be great, just so that I know that I can hear you, because I can see them, strangely enough. So that would be great. As I say, welcome to, fantastic, lovely heart, welcome to Shine, Tackling That Self-Doubt for Good. I'm Steph Aduse and I coach female leaders and entrepreneurs who are busy juggling competing demands at home and at work. They're trying to do it all and they are focusing on everyone and everything but themselves. Now, these women feel like they are constantly battling. They fear that they're not good enough and that they're going to be caught out, and they are always busy. They never have enough time to do what they need. So with honesty, with compassion, and with a touch of humour, I support them to take back control and step into being a high-value leader who is both competent and confident. And we do that by focusing on the things that really make a difference to create a high-quality life. And some of you may already know this, but if you are finding yourself trying to juggle those competing priorities, do you find that you are constantly battling? Do you worry that you're not good enough? Well, if that sounds like you, I have created a special 90-minute Shine complimentary personal discovery call. We'll get to discuss what's going on for you, and along the way, I'll share with you the powerful steps you need to take back control and step into being a high-value leader in a way that's compassionate, honest, and fun. So how does that sound? If it's something you'd like to do, go ahead and grab one of those free discovery calls now before they're fully booked. And I'm saying that honestly because I have my challenge coming up in a couple of weeks, and I know that once the challenge starts, I will get busy. I'm just going to pop this link in to the comments box so you know what you need to click on. But yes, once we do the self-doubt challenge, the imposter syndrome challenge, I know that I will get busy. So book the discovery call now. If you're wavering, if you're thinking, should I, shouldn't I, get it booked in, because it may be just, I may be full for quite a long time afterwards. Hi Lisa, lovely to see you. So a couple of weeks ago, I talked a little bit about my life with self-doubt, and I'm going to try and do something slightly different tonight. A little bit worried about it, so I'm putting that up there straight away. But let me tell you about my life with self-doubt. I have spent most of my adult life plagued with self-doubt. As a child, I think it was there, to be honest, but it wasn't really that conscious, and I was brash enough and stupid enough to just get on and do stuff anyway. It didn't really hold me back. But in my late teens, it really started to come in and take over. And to be honest with you, the older I've got and the more successful I've got, the worse it got. Which doesn't really seem to make sense, because surely the more successful I am, the better it would be. But no, the evidence that I was doing well didn't help. It just made things worse. And what I did was I compromised. I settled. I didn't really go for what I wanted. I didn't speak what I wanted. I always thought, well, this is where I want to get to. This is who I want to be with. But what I'll do is I'll settle for this. And I moderated myself before I would even speak to anybody about it. And I always came down quite a long way, if I'm honest. So I held myself back. I stopped myself from really going for the stuff that I wanted to achieve. Now, I don't have massive regrets, so I try not to have massive regrets. But if I regret anything, it's the fact that I actually heard about imposter syndrome probably 8 or more years ago. And I was being coached. And somebody said to me, my coach said to me, have you heard of imposter syndrome? It sounds like that's what you're going through. And here's a great book if you read it. And typical, I was so bad. I got the book, really, really, really good book. And I started reading it and I thought, you know what? That's spot on. It's me. And then I had to do some work. The book asked me to do some work. And because it was for me rather than for somebody else, I kind of went, oh, I'll come back to that when I've got time. Does that sound familiar? And I never went back to it. And I've done that time and time again when I've been doing self-help books. I've got to the point where actually I needed to do something. And then I've thought, yeah, I'll do that later when I've got time. And I've never progressed. So I have gone for probably a decade battling with imposter syndrome, living with imposter syndrome. Actually, to say battling with is wrong, because I wasn't battling it at all. I was living with it. And knowing that that's what it was, but doing nothing about it. And the reason I could kick myself is that it has really taken over my life, or it had taken over my life. And I now know that I could have done something about it years ago. And the problem was that I find with imposter syndrome, with self-doubt, is that it can become self-fulfilling and self-propelling. So I would believe that I wasn't going to succeed because of my imposter syndrome, because of my self-doubt. So I would then self-sabotage. And then because I self-sabotaged and didn't succeed, it just proved me right. So the next time it became even harder. Hi, Alberta. So I had this kind of self-fulfilling. I don't believe I'm going to succeed. Therefore, I made myself not succeed. See, I was right. I knew I wasn't going to succeed. Each time I didn't value myself, I undermined myself and accepted something less than what I wanted. And then I thought, well, you see, you weren't worth that after all. You were right. You aren't worth it. And therefore, it fed my self-doubt. So I was making things happen and believing that it was actually because that's what I was worth, or that's how good I was, rather than the fact that actually I was far better and worth far more. I was just undermining myself. So that's a little bit about the past. And I talk about controlling my imposter syndrome, my creature. And I have talked to some of you about my creature before. My creature lives behind my right shoulder, and that's quite relevant for what I'm about to do. Because what I want to do is I want to let go of the control that I just have now all the time, or pretty much all the time, over my imposter syndrome creature. I'm going to release that control. Hi, Katie. And just saying that, to be honest, gives me an awful feeling in my stomach, because I really don't like what this thing says to me. But I want to show you just what it's like when you've got this thing talking to you all the time. So it's already started because I'm nervous, because I don't want to do this, but I feel I have to do this. So it's telling me that actually, Steph, you're cocking this up because you're not talking as well as you normally talk. Right, but let go. I'm laughing a little bit because I feel like I should go and then come and be some kind of creature from The Exorcist or something and speak in a different voice. But I'm just going to stop. I'm going to release my control. I'm going to take off the muzzle and I'm going to tell you what my creature is saying to me. So straight away, it's saying, Steph, everybody thinks you're an idiot for doing this. It's saying, people aren't really interested in all of this. People are bored. You bang on about the same thing over and over again. It's saying to me, why on earth do you think anybody will pay any attention to what you're saying? It's saying that you're useless. It's saying you may as well stop this now because it's not working and you're a joke, and I'm going to stop it because, I'm going to stop it because I don't like it. And right, give me a second. Right, so that's why I don't give my voice control. That's why I have taken back control. Because when it talks to me in the way that I allowed it to talk to it, and when I listen to it, and when I don't muzzle it and shut it down, it makes me feel, excuse the language, like shit. And I am not prepared to allow a voice to talk to me in that way, because I'm worth more than that. Sorry, I didn't think that would happen, but there you go. So I have learned how to keep that under control. I have learned that actually that's not reality. I have learned to muzzle that voice. I've learned to give it a kick. I've learned to shut it up, to punch it, to slap, whatever language I am quite violent with it because it is so horrible to me. Back in control now. That's fine. That wasn't nice. And I apologise if that was a mess for you. But I wanted you to see it because I think sometimes people see me and they think, oh, Steph's really confident and she's got it all together and she knows what she's doing and all that type of thing. And actually, yes, I do. But I do because I've learned to control that negative self-doubt, that horrible controlling voice, that creature that just undermines me all the time. And because I've done that, I don't really hear from it anymore. That's why it hit me so badly, because I don't hear that anymore. The second my voice starts up, I notice it and I shut it down. Because I don't need to hear that. Nobody needs to hear that about themselves. That's not reality and that's not the truth. So because I don't hear from it anymore, it really hit me when I let it go. It's a little bugger. It's horrible. Nasty little spiky green thing that it is. So when it does speak up, I know now how to muzzle it. And I do talk about a muzzle. Now, notice I do this hand gesture a lot, but that's because I am sort of consciously muzzling that voice. And it's really important to me that I get that control over it and I shut it down and I stop it from stopping me from achieving what I want to achieve. It doesn't stop me from going for it now. So there have been things in the past, as I say, that I've not gone for, that I've stepped down from, that I've said, no, I don't really want to do that. Or even worse, actually, I've gone and done stuff that I didn't want to do. I don't do that anymore, or at least not often, because it's not in control. I am. And the big, big, big step for me is I know what I'm worth. I know what my value is. When people give me a compliment, I say thank you, and I believe it. And I take it and I cherish it and I hold it close to my heart and I use it to strengthen that muscle. I know my value, I know my worth, and I will get my value and my worth. And that is the big difference. The big difference from me now and 10 years ago is that I really, truly believe that I deserve more. And that's not me in a diva way, although I was channeling Beyonce earlier on today. But yes, that's not me in a diva way. I know what I'm worth. So, I give this tip a lot. And the reason I give it is because I genuinely believe it is the basis, it's the fundamental for getting control. If your voice is playing constantly in the background, but you're not noticing it, you're listening to it, you've got things the wrong way round. You need to just start noticing your voice. Because if you're not noticing it, if you're not consciously aware of the fact it's talking to you, you can't actually do something about it when it's talking to you. It's like, my daughter's listening to music at the moment. It's going on in the background. It's there. I can kind of hear it, but I am now, but I'm not really that conscious of it. I'm not noticing it, but the music is playing. I can hear it. It's going in. The TV might have been on. If the TV was on then, and I had it on earlier today, it's playing. And I wasn't really paying attention. I was doing other things, but it was going in, and that's what that voice is doing. So you really need to take notice of it. Stop listening to it. Start taking notice of it, and practice taking notice of it for the next couple of days. Really consciously take notice of that voice and what it's saying to you. Don't listen or believe it, but just notice it when it's talking to you. Because it's probably talking to you a lot more than you think. You might notice it when you're quiet. I posted something on LinkedIn a little while ago about a woman who said that when we hear that voice, she sees it as a kind of a screensaver. So it means that actually you've just gone into rest mode, the screensaver kicks in, that's that voice, and what you need to do is start getting busy again. I don't believe that at all, because I know my voice, bless you, Gracie, I know my voice goes on all the time. So it's not screensaver mode. However, I think I notice it more when I'm resting. So what I want you to do is to notice it all the time. Every time it talks to you, try and notice it. But as I say, please don't listen to it. You've been listening to it enough. You don't need what I've just had. You don't need it doing that to you. Okay, so a couple of things I want to tell you about. 11th of March to the 15th of March, I have my 5-day Imposter Syndrome Challenge. Completely free challenge. How to take back control of your self-doubt. I would love you to come and join that challenge. If you're interested, then let me know and I'll pop a link in the group when I've finished, into the comments rather, when I've finished, so that you know how to join that challenge. It won't be too time consuming, I promise you. I know that everybody has lives to get on with, but this is something I really encourage you to take part in. And the other thing, of course, is that I have my special 90-minute Shine complimentary personal discovery calls that I'm offering out to people. It's a chance to get some powerful steps that you will need to take to step into being that high value leader and take back control. And I will share those tips with you whilst we get to the bottom of what's going on for you. I always try to do things in a way that's compassionate. I will be honest with you, but I also like to have a bit of fun because, well, this is life, isn't it? So if that sounds like something that you'd like to do, grab that call, get booked in before the challenge, because if not, I will probably not have a great deal of space to fit you in. And I think that's just about it. I'm really sorry. I did see a couple of comments pop up, so I don't know if anybody has any questions, anything they want to comment on. Apologies if if my mini meltdown, that was very mini, but my mini meltdown was too much. But safe to say that my creature is back in its box. Jennifer, I'm really pleased that your discovery call helped you. And I'm really pleased that you moved and you've changed your job and it's just everything's going for you. And that's what I find quite often with a discovery call, is the call itself is really, really beneficial. Because we have a good discussion and you will get to understand more about what is going on for you. So I'm really pleased that yours helped so much. Well, if that's it, I am going to go. I'm going to do a little bit more work just to make sure that this is back in its box, shut up, hit, slapped, kicked, muzzled, locked away, and is not going to pop up and get in my way. And thank you so much for bearing with me tonight, and bless you all. Take care. Bye.